The Isle of Wight coastal path is a journey along 70 miles of stunning cliffs, golden beaches and peaceful countryside. In this series we'll follow every twist and turn of the island's iconic coastline, exploring its history and hidden gems. Lace up your boots and join us on one of Britain's most captivating coastal walks. The Isle of Wight Coastal Path. This is day 2, Bembridge to St Lawrence.
Good morning.
Good morning.
That's Sandown in the distance, and we seem to be being joined by some early morning cows. This is going to be interesting.
Is that one coming? Go on.
Come on, that way. Come on. That way. Come on. Come on. Move it. No, that way. No. That way. Well, that was a little bit worrying. Yeah. Right, we think we better pack up. That's where we camped. Left no trace. A few bits of flat grass. Back to the monument. We've walked back down the path to the Lord Yarmouth Monument. And there it is. The trail is behind us directly. And last night we went into this pub, the Culver Haven Inn, and asked if we could camp in their garden. And they said it was all concrete and it wouldn't be any good. They told us to walk down the path, past the exit, the left for the coastal path, and keep going. Go over a cattle grid and keep going, and on your left you'll find a car park, and they've relaxed wild camping laws in there. Walking away from the Lord Yarmouth Monument, heading down the hill into Sandown. This is Sue's Gate, which is part of the Isle of Wight Donator Gate scheme. Day 2 starts off with a lovely little walk along the cliff top. You can see some erosion already. You can see paths that were closer to the edge that have been fenced off now. Red kite. That's the Lord Yarmouth Monument up there on the hill. We're walking away from it along the cliff, and all this land here. There's some good camping here. Some people out walking their dogs. And this section of the path is precariously close to the edge of a crumbling cliff. So I think in a few years' time this path will be moved to the other side of that fence, or just not here anymore.
Just walking by Sandown Bay Holiday Centre. Some lovely little chalets over there. It's a bit like a Butlins.
We've stopped for breakfast at Yaverland Kiosk. It's a bit pricey. It's £12 a breakfast.
It's nice though.
That's what you get. Toilets back there, not so good, and there is no water, but at the kiosk they'll fill the water up for you. Isle of Wight Zoo there. Tarvik 2 hotels have seen better days. And the St Moritz looks defunct. Right on the beachfront of Sandown. That entire row of houses or hotels above Millkit are all abandoned. Again, right on the seafront. That's a crying shame. Just by the War Memorial. John Sanders. I was here, now I'm gone. Just walking on. There's the pier at Sandown, built in 1876. That's me looking back at the pier. There's a yellow shack there. We don't carry on down there. Going to go up these steps. The very small fern cliff gardens on our right. And now I think we're going to be up higher on a cliff. Fantastic views from here. As far as the eye can see. No wind farm. What do you think of Sandown, Lisa?
Well, it's beautiful, and it's got some lovely little places, but then the whole of the seafront was just derelict, and it was just such a shame. See all those places boarded up and crumbling. Yeah.
What do you think? A mixture of beauty and sad then?
Yeah. Summed that up well.
We're walking along Lake Cliff Gardens, but we just had to stop and take some clothes off because it is so hot. Looking back on Sandown, this path here has been closed due to erosion. Okay, and then there's more closures here. Can't get down, loads of closures. So I reckon if you want to walk around the Isle of Wight, we're too late for some of it.
Yeah.
But we're on time for some of it.
We'll do it now.
Yeah, get to the Isle of Wight and walk it now before all the coastal path has gone. Hope Beach down there, we're just entering Shanklin, and we're next stop for us, Shanklin Chine, where we're going to go in and have a walk around and maybe learn something a little bit about Pluto. Yeah. Pipeline under the ocean.
Yeah, it's interesting.
There's Shanklin Cliff Lift, and I think it's working because I can see people walking in and out of it. That takes you from the esplanade down there all the way up to this cliff top walk here. How lovely are these thatched cottages just by the village inn. And turn left at the Pencil Cottage down to Shanklin Chine. I think we found it. Hey.
Pretty, isn't it?
So nice. This is the entrance to Shanklin Chine, the historic gorge. This is the Isle of Wight's oldest tourist attraction, opened in 1817 apparently. A £10 entrance. Let's go in. So this is part of Pluto. Pipeline under the ocean that took petrol to Cherbourg during the Second World War. It's not big, is it? That's us. We've had a quick walk around Shanklin Chine. We're heading our way back out. We're back on the trail. Leaving Shanklin Chine. It looks like it's street walking on the way to Luckham. This is National Trust land, Haddon's Pits, and I'm not going in to have a look around, but I'm pretty sure you'd find some wild camping spots in there. We have another coastal path diversion, all trails, wants to take us down there, but I think, if I remember correctly from planning, that's where the Devil's Staircase is, and that's completely collapsed and fallen in. Diversion is taking us across some fields into the sun. This is an unusual diversion. Takes you past somebody's house. This is Luckham Chine. Where are you? No signs though. Weird. That takes you back to his house. I mean, it's not bad signposted, the diversions, but sometimes they fail you a little bit. Oh, we've hacked our way around the back of that bloke's house for 20 minutes, and it's there's no way out. Absolutely no way out. So that is not the coastal path diversion.
So that's the route where it said no.
Yeah, that's where we want to go, but there's, look, police line. That looks serious. We've had a look on the map and we've found a long way round that we know will work. So what we should have done, it's only a hop, skip and a jump back. That's Smuggler's Chapel there. That's private. That's where we went because all the signs told us to go that way. But we're going to take a right and take our own long diversion. That's the path our diversion takes you up. It's a long old slog, it's steep. I think we were in those bushes over there, and if we could have just clambered up, we'd be at the top of that road now. Can't really see looking into the sun, but that's Nansen Hill Nature Reserve on our right. There's a sign there that says coastal path down that way, but it's all boarded off. But welcome to Bonchurch and Ventnor. That's where we are. Trying to get back to the coastal path somehow, but signs seem to have run out, so we're just making our own way along Leeson Road. But we do know from research that we have to pass Bonchurch Church or Boniface Church. Anyway, we're giving this a go down here. We just popped into the Bonchurch Inn for a half and used the toilet, and this is the square. Really friendly people again. So far everyone in the Isle of Wight is really friendly, and this is a great little respite. So we found St Boniface Church. Well, even if you're not religious, it's a great place for quiet contemplation. While staying in this house, Charles Dickens wrote part of David Copperfield in 1849. Ooh. That's the house there. This is an 11th century church, the old church St Boniface. Let's see if we can get inside an 11th century church. That means this was built in 1000 and something. This is 1,000 years old. Mental. Oh, it's open. This area looks fairly safe from erosion though, doesn't it? Yeah. Big old wall and that. This section's got some really interesting steps going down to the sea. Almost like it's made for sitting and watching a show out at sea or something. Detour, Ventnor. There's another detour that takes us off the coast that we just worked so hard to get back down to. All these diversions, I mean, you get to see bits of the Isle of Wight you wouldn't get to see, but they all take about an extra half hour or longer. So our going is really slow on day 2, and I think within the next hour we want to be finding a place to pitch up if we can. We're on the path at Ventnor, and it looks like there's lots of bars along the seafront here and brown sand, gravelly sand. This is somewhere between Ventnor and St Lawrence, and we're on private land, but it's a public footpath. Welcome to Ventnor Botanic Garden, but we don't have time. Nearly the final push for the day. Takes us through a narrow path overgrown at places. This path we're on now is right on the edge. There's a little hedge here, but then it's a sheer drop down. 6 PM. Light is fading. Oh, come on, you can get through there. Now it's my turn. Oh. I can't get through. I actually can't. Hang on. This is St Lawrence. Some big houses here. We've just done a very steep climb out of St Lawrence. It's gone 6 o'clock. It's April, so we need to find somewhere to camp. Okay, that over there. Okay, so we could just camp here, couldn't we? We found our spot. We're at the top on the cliffs by St. Lawrence. We're right by a post office sort of thing. There's a mast there, and on the other side of that hedgerow is a post office building, and we're just going to pitch here in the corner of the field. We're going to get some food on first. Is it about 7 o'clock? Dark already. Not completely pitched back yet, but we've got a brandy with hot chocolate. We're going to have our Huel and crash out. Put some radio on, I think. Listen to the sweet, gentle sounds of Radio 4.
Day 2 on the Isle of Wight coastal path. Waking up at the car park at Bembridge Down. It's a short walk back along the road to St Yarmouth Monument before reaching the coastal path. This track is a really lovely grassy path all the way down to the esplanade at Sandown. This esplanade is long, but it is a great path all the way down to Shanklin and Shanklin Chine here. Well worth going for a look. Just after Shanklin Chine, there's some steps that take you up to the high top, and coming around the cliff tops here. Some detours around Lucombe village, and you have to take a big detour here along this path and around the road because this landslip is closed. You come along here and then get back, making your way through to Bonchurch and back to the coastal path. Again, this bit here has some detours around Ventnor all the way along. It's a lovely path, some spectacular views, a great concrete path around the botanical gardens until you reach a turning off just here where you have a steep climb up and around and out of St Lawrence's, and we found a camp spot just here, just in front of this mast. That's where we're camped.